Welcome back here to Bushnell-Prairie City High School Spartan Tip-Off Classic as we're here for the Cyclones and the Spartans. But first, got Coach Kimmel from the Chargers victorious tonight in an I wouldn't call an offensive explosion.
I wouldn't say that all week for the Chargers.
But doesn't matter how many points you score as long as you score more than the other team, and you scored two more than Illini Bluffs did tonight.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm so proud of my kids. You know, Tuesday we got punched in the mouth by a well-coached and veteran team in Macomb. I call them my big three of returners. Just like Macomb has, you returned a lot of guard play. They punched us in the mouth and really made us better. Our scouting report today, our walkthrough, things like that. Bluffs was a really hard team to prepare for. They have Coach Vass and all those guys do a really good job with their offenses, defenses, mixing it up, making everybody making more than just 2 or 3 guys have to score. It was a really hard prep that week. It's hard. I called this for Illini West. I call it the Bushnell 500 because of how many miles you got to travel. We got to go through the Harp and pick up people and everything, and all our way back. So it shows a testament to our kids. We worked really hard defensively the last 3 weeks. We're missing 2 kids, Grady Blue and Steven Sparks from football, that would both probably be starting early in the season for us. That return hopefully within the next couple weeks. But we've had a lot of guys step up, especially our post guy Wes Smith, who was a real surprise this tournament.
Yeah, he's played pretty well for you. The thing that I want to talk about is the fouls at the end of the game. When they called the timeout with 11.1 seconds left, I said, if I were you, I would just come out and start fouling.
Yep.
Because it eats so much time off.
On their sets and stuff, because we already knew they were going to draw up a great action, put their best players in position to score. And luckily, I have a coach that's been around for a long time, and Tim Lafferty on the sideline with me, that we talked about it, and we agreed if they went to their high ball screen action, which is a really good action with 2 of their better players, I told our guy guarding the ball handler, and I told the ref we were going to foul immediately. And my kids were heady. Obviously, the first time it didn't work when they hit the corner 3 with about a minute left, because we tried doing it then. But we didn't get the foul off, and White's was too quick for us to catch. But, I agree. It was one of those game plan things. I think we're at 0 fouls going into the start of the foul. So that's a credit again to my kids. The highest we allowed was 33 for Macomb, 29 Bluffs, 22 West Prairie, and 15 Bushnell. You can't be mad as a coach at my kids' defensive effort this week.
Yeah, your defense have been great. I know that you definitely want the offense to step up a little bit, right?
Good Lord. Hey, we won without a 3 tonight. And I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know how. We went 2 for 17 versus Macomb from 3. And this week, last year was the same thing. We opened up against Bluffs and West Hancock our first 2 games last year, both really good. And we're 0 for 19 to start the season from 3. So I don't know if it's just the beginning of the season jitters, the gym, because it's a really nice gym. I feel like it's a shooter's gym. Offensively, we just got to get better. And, now that my kids showed they'll guard, we'll still sacrifice some time for defensive stuff. But offensively, I'm really happy. I'm really excited to get to work back into that area with some of our actions and stuff like that we need to work on timing with all of our new guys. When you lose a point guard like Colby Robertson for our program, he might not be the best point guard in the state, but for Illini West basketball, he was our heart and soul to do almost everything. So we're working the kinks out not having him, and hopefully before we play Monroe City and Farmington next Saturday, we'll have plenty of time to get some of those things cleaned up.
Yeah, you've got some players, though. Wesley Robertson, known as a baseball player, an RBI machine, a great player, but, man, he played a good game for you tonight. I had you guys for 9 for 9 from the free throw line, and he was 7 of 7.
We clapped it up for him in the locker room. He was finally this game, I told my big 3, Trey Niederman, Ethan Carlisle, and Wes Robertson, before we showed up for this game tonight in our walkthrough earlier, I said, you guys don't need to be afraid to screw up a little bit and learn from your mistakes. Because I thought Tuesday Macomb really beat us up defensively and physically took my guys out of it. And I told them we need to get to the rack and score. We started off the game with a couple threes, but then Wes Robertson was kind of the igniter to start attacking. And then there at the end, he had a beautiful and-one play on one of our sets. I couldn't be happier for him there. We talked about our free throws. The past 2 games combined, we went 2 for 12 from the line, 0 for 6 last night versus Wednesday night for Bushnell. And we shot free throws for probably a total of 10 minutes today. We shoot our 100 free throws Monday, so it's a perfect time to do that. But really happy for our guys. Whenever you do that, you can beat good teams, especially with our defensive effort.
Yeah, hold on just a second. We're going to let them hear the national anthem. Keely Lieb is going to sing the national anthem. We'll let you folks hear that, and then we'll be back with some more information from Coach Kimmel right after this.
Oh, say, can you see
Get ready for the starting lineups now as we've got Coach Kimmel here still talking to us. And, Coach, it seems like every year this tournament turns into a three-way tie somehow, some way, and you made that happen again tonight.
Yeah, I won't lie to you. My kids were really down in the dumps after that Macomb loss Tuesday. We had high hopes for that game, and offensively really tore us down. Then Wednesday, it was hard to get my team motivated to play Bushnell just from the fact of we wanted to win it, and it was tough to get my kids' minds back on track to play another game and improve our record. And when Bluffs beat Macomb, it was like the lighter had been reignited in our guys because we talked about the tiebreaker for the three-way ties, least amount of points allowed. And
we're there.
Yeah, and we're right there. I could be totally wrong. I think the calculation is West Prairie has to score 7 points tomorrow versus Macomb to give us a good chance to be champions. And, we play Macomb in a couple weeks, and we know that's an ostrich game. But I'm really just proud of my kids for bouncing back. Last year, we took Macomb to double overtime on this a year ago today,
right.
And they won it. And, it was one of those things we thought we let that one slip in the overtimes. Colby Robinson played out of his mind that game. But I'm really happy this year. We had Thanksgiving. We had an hour 45 shoot-around, walk-through preparation because there was a lot of stuff to prep and film session to get ready for these guys. I'm proud my kids showed up ready to play tonight, and I couldn't be prouder. I'm proud to be a Charger tonight.
Well, I can't say that I blame you. You guys put up a good fight. And the other thing that I thought was you guys – you took care of the basketball on the offensive end. You ate up a lot of time. I felt like you guys were purposely trying to slow them down a little bit. I know you want to run your offense all the time, but with Devin White and Toby Keith and McCoy and Washington, they can get out and run. You guys it was not only was it getting you good looks at the basket, but it was also keeping them from running up and down the floor.
They have two or three guards, Washington, White, even Cooper. I mean, they have some really quick players, and we call them primary breaks, where if it's a long rebound or they're just able to run off misses and turnovers, I told our guys we got to eliminate them on the fast breaks. They're too good in transition. And we watched film, and, I texted with Jeremy Anderson. Coaches always text each other, just picking their brains. And like he said, he thought the changes of defense really bothered him. We worked extremely hard today on when they get in those zones that we don't have to shoot the first shot we get. And not because we're trying to necessarily stall, but if you just jack threes tonight and we didn't hit one, we would have been in trouble again offensively.
D. Ruffin gets the bucket to start things off for BPC, which is something that did not happen against Illini West last night. So that's a good start for them.
I think we were fortunate enough on the first night to get a young team coming out of the gate that we played pretty well versus them. They're going to improve every day, every game this season. They've got some really good young talent.
Yeah, West Prairie is definitely a team that has
really good young players.
They're used to winning. They're used to winning as a group. This young group is the sophomores, and I think that they will get better. They just need somebody to grow.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And really, like I said, I watched them play Bluffs the second night. They looked a lot more confident, versus us. Whenever you have them the first game of the season, we prep pretty hard for them for about a week. I don't care who it is, we prep for them. And, they run a lot of good actions that we had to really prep our guys for. And I thought we came out really guarded early versus them. And Trey Niederman having 19.5 that game helps soothe the soul a little bit whenever you can space it out while guarding. But, yeah, we play them again at a county tournament at Warsaw in January, pending that we don't have another blizzard come through.
Right.
We'll play them again. That'll be our conference game as well during that tournament. So we'll definitely – we won't overlook him. Copeland's too good of a player to overlook, especially for the Cyclones.
Copeland got blocked by Griffiths there. Clark had a steal on the other end. Copeland's going to back it out now with 6:45 to go. Whitman with it on the far side as Ruffin's going to pick him up. He's going to drive. Pull-up jumper, short, no good. Talon Love with the rebound for BPC. They lead 2-0 to the Spartans here early in this one. A little change in the starting lineup for the Spartans tonight. Braylon Griffiths starts tonight, number 40, and also D. Ruffin back in the starting lineup, number 15. It's still Connor Palm, Talon Love, and Brock Beekman. And there's DeCounter trying to body up on Griffiths. Misses the shot. Beekman with the rebound. He goes out to Talon Love for three left side. It's short. Ruffin with the rebound. Smallest guy on the floor gets the rebound. Turnaround jumper leaves that short. DeCounter with the rebound. So Is tomorrow night your guys' night off?
Yeah, so we're the team that got the 4 games in 5 days. And, hey, I would take that because now Saturday I get to go scout Farmington, even though they're playing fresh off of a semifinal appearance. But I get to go to Havana and watch them. And my kids need 2 days off. We've worked extremely hard. I'm really proud of them. We worked extremely hard. I've practiced them long and hard, 3-hour practices in the last couple weeks. A lot of days, 2 a days the first week. We needed 2 days off from each other.
Right. I can appreciate that. So unfortunately, your kids make the all-tournament team or whatever, won't be here tomorrow night.
I'm going to tell them if they want to show up. You never know. Like I said, we talk about point totals and everything. I might still have a couple of them show up, and maybe they can be fortunate enough to grab it for us if it's there. I told my kids I don't know what will happen tomorrow, and I'll be honest with you, it's one of those things that's not really high on my radar. We're 3-1, beating a really good Bluffs team, battled a really good, well-coached Macomb team as well. Took care of business in our other 2 matchups while our offense is not there, and we're with 2 injured starters.
Talon Love got the charge call there for BPC. 5:24 to go. Yeah, you guys have rebounded well, that's for sure. And you didn't play bad tonight considering you had a bunch of turkey yesterday.
Yeah, hey, hour 45, you should have saw us moving this morning. I didn't want to run them or anything like that. We didn't run necessarily. We just did a couple ball handling things to get our bodies moving because we were definitely bottom heavy today.
Ryan Clark missed the shot there. Ruffin got the rebound back the other way. 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Palm loses that one, gathers it back up. Beekman's going to drive, and he has it knocked away. He's going to lose it out of bounds, apparently. It'll go to the Cyclones. Coach, if you want to stay for a few minutes, you're welcome to. If you want to take off, you can do that. I'm sure there's somebody waiting on you somewhere.
Oh, we're when we're in tournaments, we drive the vans. So I got a couple of my guys probably waiting for me. I'll get them home. Again, just start the weekend early for them a little bit to get a break. I'm excited to get a couple of them back in the next weeks, but we're going to get these 2 days, recover our bodies, and we have a really tough 24 hours coming up with Monroe City, Missouri, and Farmington. So we're going to get back to work. I really appreciate you having me. I enjoy all the work you guys do, man. It's my family appreciates it, who's 5 hours away watching it all the time, and I know a lot of our families do as well. So I appreciate all the coverage you guys give to our local teams.
Ruffin for 3 off, no good. Beekman with a rebound and the putback. Well, we appreciate you being kind enough to come talk to us.
Anytime.
Congratulations on the win tonight.
Really
we'll talk to you down the road.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Thanks. Coach Kimmel talking to us for a few minutes there as the counter pull-up jumper from the free throw line off, no good. Ruffin with the rebound again, and Ruffin is all over the place. Not sure if Coach Vass is going to come talk to us tonight or not. D. Ruffin gets another bucket to fall. Spartans lead 6-0. Beekman's got 2. Ruffin's got 4. West Prairie is going to take a 30-second timeout, trailing the Spartans by 6. And we are less than halfway through quarter number 1, and the Spartans have almost half as many points as they scored in the entire game against Illini West last night. Coach Vass is sitting down here with us, so we'll get him on the headset here in a couple of minutes as well. It's going to be Cyclones basketball. Whitman gets it into Copeland. Copeland had a great game on Tuesday night against the Illini Bluffs. And a steal by Ruffin. Ruffin is just all over the place here. Now Whitman's going to come in and steal it from behind and saves it back into Braylon Griffiths. Ruffin's going to try a 3. It's off, no good. Rebound to Copeland as we have Coach Vass under the headset now. And now Ruffin nearly steals it away from Copeland. Whitman with it, and Whitman travels. And Coach Vass, I know that that game didn't go the way you wanted it to, but I'm going to guess that being a coach that appreciates defense, your 2 teams played pretty good defense tonight.
Yeah, that's what we told the guys. You gave up 31 points. That's not a terrible defensive effort other than,
you gave up more than you could score.
Well, right. And a couple right there at the end, we got beat on that out-of-bounds play. And then we lost a guy a couple times in the first half too. So, those things and game management skills. I know it's a freshman, a rookie, but taking a shot with 30 seconds left in the quarter, and we'd wanted our last shot. Not to say we would have scored, but.
Nice pass from Griffiths to Beekman. Braylon Griffiths gets an assist. The Spartans lead 8-0.
So I've got a sophomore and I've got a freshman that logged a lot of minutes, and they're just going to have to learn.
So now Clark's going to give it to Copeland. Copeland for 3 left wing, trying to get that 0 off the board. Can't do it. Braylon Griffiths up top. Whitman is going to get the jump ball call, and it will be Cyclones basketball.
Jump ball, Cyclones possession.
I was talking to Coach Kimmel. I know a lot of people don't like that idea of using those fouls at the end of the game, but when there's down low, shots blocked by Love and crew from behind. Beekman's going to push it back the other way. His finger roll is up and no good, but the counter, who leaned in to try to get the charge, is going to get called for the block, and Brock Beekman is going to get a couple free throws. That's the first on to counter, team's first, I do believe. But with 11.1 seconds left, I actually sat up here and said that was a pretty good idea to use those fouls to kill time, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah, with the new rule started a year ago where they reset the fouls at the quarter and you get 5. If you haven't used, and they, we've been attacking the basket, going hard to the basket, and they hadn't committed a single foul until that point where they had them. So they had plenty to give, that's for sure.
I know that's not the best way to lose a game, but I knew as soon as the timeout came, you were going to draw up a play to get somebody an open shot, and you got Cooper a pretty good shot, and then White had a good shot at the end too. So you had the opportunities, you just couldn't quite finish it off.
Right, we said we just want to not waste any time when to get after it so that Toby'd have his look and we'd have time for a putback rebound. Devin's an awfully good rebounder, and Toby did get a good look. It just didn't drop, but Devin had a good rebound there. That's a place where, and I'm not criticizing, officials tend to let the kids decide it in the last few seconds of the game, but right there, if we could have drawn a foul, maybe made a free throw or two, could have went overtime, but it wasn't the way the ball bounced tonight, and again, we just got to learn from it, and as I was telling Coach
Beekman
Kimmel,
drives again and gets another bucket.
We've come over here the last 2 years and lost 2 games this week and ended up winning over 30 games during the season, so it's not the end of the world. We just have to learn from it, and hopefully we will.
And really, that's what this is all about. This tournament, you've said all along that this tournament's all about, isn't it? Is getting some pretty decent competition and learning some stuff about your team and letting your team get their feet underneath them.
Yep, and that's what we're trying to do. And like I said, I've got a freshman, I've got a sophomore that did log a few minutes last year, but not until the second half, and we're relying on them pretty heavy off the bench. And again, they're going to make freshman mistakes, they're going to make sophomore mistakes, and you got to live with that if you're going to develop them as players, and that's what our program does. We develop players.
And another travel called there. Turnover back to BPC. Jackson Groudage and Connor Upton in the game for BPC. Brody Cordell, Eli to counter. On the floor is number 2, Ruger Olson. Braden Copeland and Matt Whitman also out there. The only starter not on the floor right now is Ryan Clark for the Cyclones. Talon Love has taken a seat. Braylon Griffith's getting ready to check back in. Xander Jones going to check in as well for BPC. 1:35 to go here in the first quarter. Connor Palm with it, as BPC has nearly matched their total game output from last night here in from Wednesday night here in quarter number 1. And there's a travel, as good defense is kind of, and a stop of the drive kind of got Ruger Olson in trouble there. Braylon Griffiths and Xander Jones checks in, as we said. Coach, I know that maybe even 2 weeks from now you're not going to be happy with a 29-point output. I'm sure you're not overly happy with it now, but you've talked several times about being able to grow from it. You can grow from a game like this, right?
Oh, yeah, there's lots to learn. I've said this many times, probably right here on the air. Everybody likes to win. You come back, Toby hits that shot, and we win. We learn a little bit from it, but quite frankly, you learn more when you lose because it slaps you right in the face, and you have to learn from it. You have to deal with it. And, again, our efforts weren't bad. Carlisle kid had 2 points. Niederman had 10, and he had 4 of those late. The kid that I told Coach I was most worried about was Robertson boy, and, actually he had 10 points from the field, but he was 7 for 7 from the free throw line. So, really we didn't do that bad of a job defensively. It's just we just struggled offensively, and we struggled a lot when Devin was on the bench. There's no doubt. We saw that Monday night, and we saw it again tonight when he was on the bench.
How big were those 2 quick fouls on him? To how did that change that first half?
Well, it changes the total complexion of our team because Devin's our lead player. There's no doubt about it. He can attack. He's hard to guard. He can score. He can play defense. And but they were legit fouls. I mean, he didn't make good decisions in picking those 2 up. He's got to improve on that. He's a senior. He knows better.
So you guys got to come back again tomorrow, right?
Yep.
As Griffiths gets to kick. Was there any bit? Do you think there was any kind of a letdown from that physical, big win over Macomb?
Sure. I warned him about that the other night. I warned him about it via text this morning, and we were definitely flat the first half. There's no doubt about it. There was a letdown.
Brian Clark gets the first 2 points of the game at the 46-second mark for the Cyclones here in quarter number 1. Braylon Griffith saves it before it goes out of bounds. Connor Upton goes over to Ethan McKim. McKim has it stolen away by Copeland, and back the other way it goes for the Cyclones. And the basket's good for Copeland, and the foul's going to be on BPC. Fouls on Braylon Griffiths, his first, team's third, with 29.3 seconds left. Copeland hits the free throw. And now another steal as it lands out of bounds, though. So it will actually be BP's. Oh. Said it went off a BPC player. It's going to be black basketball. Jason Arthur watching. Yeah, we're here in B-ball season. That is exactly right, Jason Arthur. We're ready to go. Cordell, a nice look down to DeCounter, and DeCounter gets the bucket to fall. A 7-0 run for the Cyclones, and it's 12-7. We're still here with Coach Vass from Illini Bluffs, and a foul is going to be called on Copeland. It'll be his first, team's second. We talked about offense is tougher than defense at the beginning of the year the other night when you and I were talking.
Yes.
Do you think a game like you just had with Illini West is proof positive of that?
Oh, I think it is for sure because I'm not sure that their defense was any tougher than Macomb and some other people that we were able to put more points on the board. We just, again, we couldn't get going in that second quarter. It really showed, when Devin's not on the floor, it seemed like we just got lost a little bit, and we've got to have some other guys step up. And again, that's just something they've got to learn to do, get that confidence, and be able to step up and take his place. And we can't have a quarter where we only score 3 points, and that's what we had tonight in the second quarter.
And neither of you guys shot some threes, but neither of you guys shot very well from 3 tonight.
Well,
Even
I think
though you both had open looks, neither one of you shot real well.
I think that might be coming off the holiday for both of us. You can't practice. You don't really get. I don't know about Illini West, but we get about a 20-minute shoot around in a strange gym because we got a wrestling tournament going on at our place, so you don't get into your normal practice facility, and then you're right over here, and I think that all those things probably play a factor in it. And then when, just like you said, offense, it's harder to get people rolling on offense, comparatively speaking to defense. And they're a good defensive team. I mean, Coach Kimmel's got them playing good basketball. I'll be honest, this team worried me more than Macomb, honestly, coming into the tournament. They're hungry. I don't know if Illini West has beaten a Illini Bluffs team since I've been here. So I'm sure they were up for us, but everybody's going to be. You're the number 1 team in the state this time last year, everybody, and finished, ranked number 2. People are going to be up and wanting to beat you.
Yeah, and there's a steal almost. Ruffin tracks it back down. Those are underway here in the second quarter. Coach Vass talking to us. And, man, Copeland had all opportunities at a steal of that, and Coach Conklin says that they're still discussing it. It's going to be Boy, they all thought that Ruffin touched it, but the officials talk about it and say nobody saw it, so they're going to go back to BPC basketball as we're underway here. It was a 12-0 run to start this thing for BPC. Now it's a 7-0 run to answer and close it to 5 for the Cyclones. This young Cyclones team, timeout on the floor, charge to BPC. It's a 30-second timeout. So both teams have used a timeout here. Cyclones is a young team. You've seen them the last year or two. They've got a bunch of sophomores playing now. You play some young players because it's small school. That's just kind of what you have to do, right?
That's what happens.
They took some lumps last year. They got better this year. They've already started off better this year,
I
think, right? I mean, they're showing that improvement.
I think they're showing that improvement. I think Coach has done a good job with them. Again, it just takes some time to develop those skills and to develop the chemistry among the 5 to 8, 9 guys that you play.
Ruffin has in here the kids that are the sophomores that are used to winning. There's no doubt about that. So you mix in some. It's the other kids that you have to mix in, right? I mean, that's the thing that you can get 4 or 5 kids from one grade that are really good, but those kids that you need to mix in that make them a little bit better is where the difference is, isn't it?
Well, and the word chemistry is correct. I mean, it's just like chemicals. Just one slight difference can make things work or not work. You know, the difference between peroxide and water is one atom, or one more and you've got, a hydrogen bomb. So sometimes it's subtle. One guy, 2 guys can make a huge difference.
Olson checks out, DeCounter checks in, right to DeCounter it goes, and the bucket's good, and it's down to a 3-point game. Eli DeCounter has his 4th point.
Yeah, they weathered the storm. They're back in it now. They're gonna be all right.
And what are we gonna call here? A foul. Gonna be on the Cyclones, it would appear. 35. I think it was on DeCounter. Whitman gets it to Copeland, who loses it, and a reverse layup is good, and it's a 1-point ball game. He's got 5 points, does Copeland, and it's a 1-point game, 12-11. So a 12-0 run from BPC and 11-0 run from the Cyclones. And you often say, Coach, that basketball is a game of runs, but this is kind of taking it to the extreme a little bit.
It sure is. But it's true, get momentum, get them rolling. Basketball and volleyball are both huge on momentum and getting on a roll.
Ruffin's going to drive and get maybe bailed out a little bit with the foul. Foul's going to be on Ryan Clark, I think. We'll wait and see. Nope, they're going to call it on Whitman, his first, team's 2nd of the quarter. Ruffin at the free throw line shooting 2 free throws. First one's off, no good. Ruffin had 4 points in the first quarter. Beekman had 8. Spartans have not scored here in quarter number 2. In fact, they haven't scored for about 6 minutes, probably, in all honesty. They scored very quickly, their 12 points, and then kind of offense went away. Ryan Clark's going to give it to Copeland. Nice give and go.
Again.
And counted and a foul. Ryan Clark gives his team the lead, and a foul maybe on Beekman. It is on Beekman. His first, team's first. Clark's going to get the bucket, and he will have an old-fashioned 3-point play attempt. He hits it. And full court pressure now. Beekman with it, trying to get it across the half court. Stolen by Brody Cordell. Cordell has it knocked away by Ruffin. And this is kind of the key, I think, if you want to play against BPC, if you can get them kind of
speed them up.
Yeah, they don't do well when the game speeds up for them, does it?
Certain kids are like that. And, that's what the scout's about. You watch them play and you figure out who you can pressure and who you can't. And which teams you can speed up and which ones you can't.
I don't know what we.
I'm not sure what was there either.
Huh. Somebody wasn't ready, maybe? Official had his back. I don't know what the deal was there. 5:40 remaining here. And Ruffin's going to get called for the foul. That was blatantly obvious in a place that everybody's looking at you. It's team second. We'll get Coach Vass out of here. Coach, I thank you very much for talking to us. We'll see you tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the coverage.
No problem. Coach Vass from Illini Bluffs talking to us as we get ready to go here with Brandon back. Oh, nice ball movement and another bucket for Ryan Clark. Clark has 5 points in the quarter. There's a shot off, no good. Ball tipped out of bounds. We're going to call a foul on the Cyclones, apparently. I didn't think that was going to be a foul. It's going to be on number 32, Ryan Clark.
Number 32, Ryan Clark, his first, team's third.
It's a team's third foul. Ruger Olsen's going to check in. Ryan Clark's going to take a seat. Connor Upton checks in. Brock Beekman sits down for BPC. 5:17 to go here in the first half. 16-12. It's a 16-0 run for the Cyclones, who gave up a 12-0 run to the Spartans to start this thing off. Connor Upton for an NBA three. It's off the back iron, no good. Tipped around. Bodies go flying. Whitman outlets it to Copeland. Copeland stopped by Palm, and then an offensive foul is going to be called on Brody Copeland, who laid his shoulder into Connor Palm. That'll be team foul number 4 as Copeland picks up his first foul, team's fourth. Hi, Henna.
Can we eat at Hardee's? Like eat there?
We can eat at Hardee's. You want to eat at Hardee's?
Yeah, I want to eat there.
Okay, we'll eat at Hardee's. Henna coming and wanting to know if it's okay for us to eat at Hardee's later, so we'll go do that. As a layup off, no good by Connor Palm, but a foul's going to be called. I believe it'll be on Copeland. It'll be his second. Team's fifth. So BPC be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Connor Palm misses the first. Second free throw coming here. Second one is good. 1 for 2 as Connor Palm breaks the scoring drought for BPC, which was nearly 4 minutes of the second quarter and 3 of the first. Foul by BPC. Ethan McKim's going to pick up the foul. His first, team's third. Connor Upton takes a seat. Talon Love checks back in for BPC. Whitman's going to drive. Griffiths, it's kicked through the hands of, I don't know who that was. Whitman got down there, and that's one of the things coaches tell you all the time, Brandon, is don't go the baseline and jump without knowing where the basketball is going to go.
Absolutely, because you get into a lot of trouble, especially with that swarming defense, seeing that mistake that you make.
Ruffin's going to try and drive baseline. To counter cuts him off. 4:16 to go. Man, Griffiths just threw that right at the feet of Palm, and Palm is going to get the foul as he's slapped in on the face of Copeland. That'll be team foul number 4 for BPC, and foul number 1 on Palm. And now both teams are in bonus the rest of the way with 4:12 to go here in the first half, and they've already got 5 fouls apiece here in, or 4 for BPC, 5 for the Cyclones in less than 4 minutes of this second quarter. Copeland on the dribble. He's going to drive. He's blocked. Oh, man, got bailed out on that one. Got bailed out on that one. See who they call it on. Connor Upton's going to get called for the foul. It's team's 5th foul. Connor Upton picks up his first. Copeland makes the first free throw. He is 2 for 2 from the free throw line with a third one coming right here. Makes the second as well. He's got 7 points on the night. Gives his team an 18-13 lead. They are on an 18-1 run. Talon Love. BPC hasn't had a bucket. McKim is going to be blocked from behind. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll stay with the Spartans. 3:50 remaining here in the first half. It's going to be inbounded. Copeland's going to have it, and he's going to fall. Never had the basketball. Shot up off, no good by number 5, Caden Little. And the ball's going to go out of bounds. It'll go to BPC. 3:42 remaining, and this one's getting a little crazy. Ryan Clark checking back in. Caden Little's going to take a seat. Going to come near side to Upton. Love has it stripped away. DeCounter comes down with it. He's going to outlet it to Clark. Whitman looks at the three, doesn't take it. DeCounter will take it from the top of the key. It's well short. Off, and Copeland tried to save it in, couldn't do it. It's out of bounds, possession of BPC. Beekman checks in for the Spartans. McKim is going to take a seat. 3:22 remaining as this last minute or so is taken. Like Caden Little checks in, Ryan Clark checks out. So those two are switching in and out.
Beekman comes back into the game. There in the first quarter, he did a lot of things right.
Hasn't got a chance to do much here in the second quarter. He's got 8 of the team's 13 points. Ruffin, who's got 4 of the 13, missed that shot. DeCounter with the rebound. Braylon Griffiths is going to get called for the foul, and he's not happy about that. DeCounter is going to walk all the way to the other end. Braylon Griffiths picks up his second foul, and DeCounter is going to get 2 free throws at the other end of the floor. Eli DeCounter has got 4 points. A lot of free throws being shot here in this one as we try to get through this second quarter, and it is taking a long, long time. First free throw off, no good for DeCounter. Griffiths and Ruffin take a seat. Palm and Xander Jones check in for the Spartans. 3:06 remaining. DeCounter's second free throw is good. Jones to Upton, to Palm, to Love. Layup is good. BPC finally breaks the scoring drought from the field as they get their first bucket in nearly a quarter. Copeland's three's off, no good. He got a little contact from Palm. No foul call. It goes out of bounds on the rebound, and it will be BPC basketball. Beekman back the other way. 2:35 remaining. Xander Jones tried to go through the lane. Coach Snyder called a timeout just in time to prevent a turnover. We'll take a break as well. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
it was the community that really drew me back to Macomb. I'm from a small community, and I'm from a farm family, and ultimately I always wanted to practice in a place like that, and I felt that I had the ability to connect to people who with a similar background from me, and the fact that the staff members at the hospital and the support, all the support staff at the hospital was also focused with the goal of patient care. It felt like it just all came hammered at home for me.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School as we are ready to go with the final 2:30 of this first half. BPC trails the Cyclones 19-15. Brandon, this last couple minutes of this quarter has taken a long time.
It sure does seem it. A lot of turnovers. We've had a couple of timeouts. Trying to draw up the plan to see who can get that momentum coming out of halftime.
Connor Upton for three. It's good. So BPC clawing their way back into it now. Shot off, no good. Rebound to Talon Love. Outlet to Beekman, and back the other way it goes. Spartans trailed by 6 after leading by 12. Have cut it back to 1. Upton's going to try an NBA three from the left wing. Way long three. Goes off of Cordell, out of bounds. It'll stay with BPC. Ruffin checks back in. Beekman checks out. Clark checks in. Little checks out for the Cyclones. 1:49 to go. 19-18 is the score. Hop into live chat. Tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. Thank everybody for watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Talon Love, turnaround, bank shot off, no good. We rebounded up off the floor by Ryan Clark. The counter, down low to Clark. Clark shot, up and in. Ryan Clark has 7 points here in quarter number 2. Extends his team lead back to 3, 21-18. Upton gives it off to Palm. Xander Jones with it in the far corner. Down low to Talon Love. Back out to Upton, down the corner to Palm. Palm's little floater off, no good, and he's going to be fouled by Brody Cordell. Cordell is going to pick up his second foul. Team foul number 6 or 7. Connor Palm is going to shoot a couple free throws. He's 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. First one's off, no good. He missed the front end of the first set, made the second. Jackson Groudage, Brock Beekman checking in, Xander Jones and D. Ruffin taking a seat for BPC. So Talon Love and Jackson Groudage, the down post players, down low players for BPC. Palm misses the second one. He's 1 for 4 from the free throw line. Whitman to Cordell. Gives it to Clark. Now to Whitman. He might have got away with the travel right there.
That's what I was thinking, Dwayne.
Shuffled the feet a little bit. Clark. He's going to drive. Dump it back to the counter right side. Maybe looking for one shot here now as we approach the 30-second mark of quarter number 2. To Cordell. To Copeland. Oh, Cordell, a little pick and roll. And he's going to travel with it. Thought about it too many seconds before he put the shot up. 21.2 seconds left. And the Spartans will have the basketball. Cordell takes a seat. Little checks in, as does Ruger Olson. Ryan Clark takes a seat as well, trying to get a couple of the post players not to get fouls here in the final 20 seconds of this one. Connor Upton with the basketball, 15 seconds left. Down low to Talon Love. Out to Upton. Up top, Beekman. Right side, Palm. Palm had a three, didn't take it. And Copeland is going to pick up his third foul with 7.2 seconds left. That's a big one. Two free throws for Brock Beekman. 7.2 seconds left. They do have the points on the clock tonight. All week long it had been just straight seconds. Got tenths of seconds on the clock now. Braden Copeland picking up his third foul, and that could be huge for the Cyclones. Beekman misses the front end of the first one. BPC is 1 for 7 from the free throw line here in quarter number 2. Conversely, the Cyclones are 4 of 5 from the free throw line. Missed that one as well. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and then the counter loses the ball out of bounds with 1.1 second remaining. Little and Olson check back in. Also checking in is going to be number 4, who I don't have on my roster. Oh, I do have number 4, Jason Faust. Looks better if you look at the right team. Oh! Connor Upton hits the triple at the end of the half to tie it at 21. And talk about a way to energize a crowd going into the halfway point. 21-21 the score. And we'll have the 10-minute halftime after that. We'll take a break. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I chose MDH. We moved here, and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
And welcome back here. It's halftime, and with Phyllis, I about said McLouth.
It is.
It is McLouth. It
Yep.
still is McLouth,
Yes.
isn't it? So I've known you for a long time.
A long time.
And we were just discussing before we came on air that it's been a year or two since you came to MDH. You've been here a while. What's your job title here at MDH?
I'm Director of Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation.
And that entails a lot, especially considering we're here talking about sports. So that's a big part of what you do. What does that entail here at MDH?
The department as a whole, we start off with the sports. We have athletic training services. We go to many of the area schools. But also we have physical therapy for those that are maybe have had surgery or some more serious injuries, and we're going to try to get people back on the court or the field.
Yeah, court, field, or just work, right? I mean,
That's right.
It's sports medicine and rehabilitation. The rehabilitation goes a lot farther than the sports stuff, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah. Beyond that, I mean, every person needs to return to something, as you're kind of referring to. And so we see people of all ages. We see newborns. We see people up to, we've seen, I think, 105 years old. So everybody has something that's very important to them that they want to return to. And we respect that. We complete evaluations in whatever realm it may be in the different therapies and try to address their deficits and get them back into action, whatever that may be.
Yeah. Sometimes action's on the court, and sometimes action is working at the factory or working for yourself, right?
Right.
Or just getting up out of a chair.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of everything. What drew you, because we talked about you've been here at MDH for a long time. So
Right.
what drew you to MDH? Obviously, you're a Bushnell girl.
Correct.
So you're from the area. What drew you to MDH?
I wanted to serve the community. I think it's important that the smaller rural areas get good care too. And I'm just kind of attached to the area.
So, as successful as you've been, you've moved up the food chain, so to speak, at MDH. Some people would look at it as, well, I've done what I can do here. I could go somewhere else and help. Why stay here? I know you want to give it back to the rural area, but what is it about this particular area that made you want to stay?
I think there's always more that can be done, and I think it's important to kind of utilize what our resources are and try to make the most of them. Just again, in our area, we have a lot to offer here at the hospital, and there are people that are wanting to make the best of themselves here, and I think we have a role in that.
Now, you've been doing this for a number of years. I think you said 35 at MDH.
Mm-hmm.
Sports medicine and rehabilitation has changed, I would suspect, substantially in those 35 years. You have locations in Macomb, Bushnell, even in Monmouth now.
Right.
That's not something that was there back when you started.
No.
What is it about sports medicine and rehabilitation that's changed so much and become so important now?
It is kind of odd. We were very small to begin with. We started just in the basement of the hospital. It included cardiac rehab, PT, a little bit of pediatrics, and we all tried to do it in one small gym. And since that time, we've gone to our whole third floor addition. I think it was in '98. We have the Lafayette location. Bushnell was in 14. We also have a location in Grand Prairie. And then Monmouth we did 2 years ago. And I think therapy in general gets people back into action again. And I just think it's something that we have a chance to be a part of and help people, do better in whatever they may do.
What do you see as the director? What do you see as the ultimate goal for sports medicine and rehabilitation? I mean, obviously you guys keep growing, so you aren't there yet. But as a person who's just obviously loved sports medicine and rehabilitation since the time you started, where do you see it going, or what will it continue to grow? Do you continue to add new things?
We are always looking to see what's out there, just with advancements in research and trying to see what means of treatment may help others. We try to stay on top of that and try to then offer it to the community. And again, just because we're rural doesn't mean we can't stay on top of that and offer the best we can.
So you think you could be here another 35 years?
That might be pushing it. But also, what makes us strong is our team. And we have
Right.
lots of very talented therapists on our team. So that really is the key to what we do.
Now, before we get out of here, I think that one of the coolest things about what you guys do is, and you mentioned it earlier, is you have trainers that go to the schools.
Right.
And I know Bushnell's part of that, West Prairie's part of that, Macomb's obviously part of that, and I'm sure there's other schools too. But the trainers that come to West Prairie and Bushnell especially and Macomb become almost part of the family.
True.
With the students and the athletes. How exciting is that for you as the director to be able to say that I've been able to help bring people in and they become parts of the families at these different schools around the area?
I just really appreciate it, because a lot of times, the coaches don't need to worry as much about what's happening to their players. They know that they can pay attention to the game, but also know that they've got someone to take care of their players and offer them the best evaluation so they can maybe get back on the field, or, let's not do that and then make a better decision. Because many times there can be like a life-altering injury that may occur, and if it's not addressed appropriately, it doesn't turn out so well.
Well, Phyllis, I appreciate you stopping in and talking to us, and you can stop by anytime you want to at a halftime, and we'll just throw you on.
Okay, all right.
Okay, sounds good. We'll be back with the second half right after this.
There's been a lot of rewarding parts working at McDonough District Hospital. I've had patients come to me that maybe have not had care in the community, care available. So with the addition of nurse practitioners lately, we've been able to add more care, and that's very rewarding to me. My hope is that when the patients leave at the end of an appointment, they leave and they definitely feel like they've been listened to, and they feel like their needs have been met, their cares have been met, and that they're going to get the proper treatment that they deserve from me as a provider.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. As Spartan Tip-Off Classic night number 4 of 5 is halfway through the second and final game of the night. BPC and West Prairie tied at 21. I'm Dwayne Hulett. Brandon Thomas is alongside. And Brandon, that game, this game has been interesting. 12-0 run to start for BPC. A 16-0 run by the Cyclones that turned into an 18-1 run. And then it kind of goes back and forth, and Connor Upton hits a triple from three-quarters court at the buzzer to tie it at 21. Had a little bit of everything.
Well, this is just a classic game of two teams fighting for their first win of the season. And you know what? That's something that maybe we didn't expect to happen, but those runs have really made this game fun, have really made it interesting. We're 21-21 going into the third quarter, and we ended the first half with an amazing shot for Bushnell to tie the game up, got the fans all hyped, got the players all hyped. Let's see where that takes them here in the second half.
The difference in this one right now, the Cyclones 5 of 6 from the free throw line, BPC 3 of 10. They were 1 of 8 from the free throw line in the second quarter, were BPC and the Spartans. So here we go. Third quarter action is underway as we'll get the third quarter marked up and get ready to go here. As I want to say hi to Kathy Hikas, Elmer and Kathy watching from Florida, their grandson, Brock Beekman, out here playing tonight. And a block by Beekman, who steps on the end line and out of bounds, but it'll stay with the Cyclones. Good defensive play nonetheless. I want to say hi to Elmer and Kathy. They are my neighbors, actually. Down spending some time in Florida, it would appear. Halftime stats, a game-high 9 points for Ryan Clark in the first half for the Cyclones. Whitman shot off, no good. Braylon Griffiths with the rebound, 7 points for Braden Copeland, who has 3 fouls for West Prairie. 5 points for Eli to counter. Eli has the only missed free throw. He's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Braden Copeland 3 for 3. And Ryan Clark 1 for 1. He's an old-fashioned three-point play. And then a 3-second violation on Talon Love. And 7:14 to go here in the third quarter. It'll be Cyclones basketball again. For BPC, Brock Beekman has a team-high 8 points. All of those were in the first quarter. And the 12-0 run, as part of that 12-0 run, Ruffin had 4 in that one as well. 6 points for Connor Upton on 2 threes. Braden Copeland for 3. It's off, no good. Talon Love with the rebound for BPC. 4 points for Ruffin. There's a 3 off, no good for Palm. Rebound Copeland pushing it back the other way. Palm's going to try and beat him down the floor, and he's going to foul him but knock it out. He's not going to let him get the shot off. As Palm a little slow getting up, and then he's going to go right back down as he's hurt his left ankle, it would appear. And we're going to have Coach Snyder come out and take a look at Connor Palm, as we do not have a trainer in the house tonight, it would appear. Going to lift him up and get him off the floor. Palm twisted the left ankle a little bit. Hopefully he'll be okay. Couple free throws coming for Braden Copeland, though. That's the second foul on Palm. First of the third quarter for either team. Copeland is 3 for 3 from the charity stripe tonight so far. He'll get 2 here with 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Still tied at 21. Neither team has scored, but they have now, as Copeland remains perfect from the charity stripe. Beekman takes a seat. Jones comes in. Upton came in for Palm. Second one's good as well. 9 points for Copeland, 5 of them from the free throw line. His team leads by 2. Full court pressure again. Griffiths gives it up to Ruffin. Ruffin for 3. Good! A sports corner 3 for D. Ruffin, and BPC retakes the lead. 6:20 to go in the third quarter. Nice baseline move by Eli to counter. Gets the bucket to fall. He's got 7. Braylon Griffiths for 3. It's off iron, no good. Olsen with the rebound, and Whitman will bring it up the floor. It's Whitman, Olsen, DeCounter, Cordell, and Clark on the floor for the Cyclones. And Upton is going to pick up the foul for BPC. We'll reset the floor for the Spartans in just a moment. Second on Upton, second on the team. Beekman checks back in. I'm trying to see what the other number that came in for BPC. Number 23, Parker Guppy, checking in. Whitman with it, 5:43 remaining, down low. Cordell looking for Clark. Clark couldn't hold on to it, threw his hands out of bounds. And it'll be BPC basketball, trailing by 1, 25-24. Braylon Griffiths going to go. Pull-up jumper off, no good. Gets his own rebound. Tips across the lane to Beekman. He can't finish. DeCounter gets the rebound. Copeland pushes it up the far side. He's back in the ball game. To Cordell. Nice pass and good finish by Brody Cordell on the pass from Copeland. Cordell gets his first 2. Talon Love is Ruffin is blocked. Copeland has it. Oh, what a little spin move on the dribble. Can't finish though. Rebound to Cordell. He can't finish. Blocked and knocked out to Whitman. 4:55 remaining. As they settle down a little bit, Copeland going to call a travel on Copeland. Upton's going to check in. Ruffin's going to take a seat. So on the floor for BPC, Talon Love, number 10, number 23, Parker Guppy, number 40, Braylon Griffiths. Number 3, Brock Beekman, and number 30 is Connor Upton. Upton 3 left wing, good. Sports corner 3 for Connor Upton. He's got 9 all on 3-pointers, and we're tied at 27. Whitman with it left side on the dribble. Comes out to Cordell. Now to Copeland. Copeland, free throw line jumper is well short. Upton has it after Talon Love picked it up off the floor. 4:05 remaining. BPC a chance to retake the lead here. Skips across to Guppy. Now across to Upton to Braylon Griffiths, who loses the ball. Whitman back the other way. Beekman going to try and beat him down the floor. He got there, couldn't do anything though. Matt Whitman is going to get his first 2 of the night, and it's back to a 2-point lead as a ball came rolling out on the floor. Andy Rodefer and Haley Rodefer's little one, I believe, threw that out on the floor.
Just wanting to get it into the game.
That's right. I want to be part of the game too, Mom. There's a 3 by Brock Beekman. A sports corner 3 for Brock Beekman. And BPC takes a 1-point lead. Beekman gets his first points since the first quarter. He's got 11. On the floor, a foul on the floor before the shot. It's not going to be, must be on Guppy then, I think. We'll see. Nope, it's going to be on Beekman. That's the 3rd on BPC, the 2nd on Brock Beekman. BPC's got a bunch of fouls. It's the 4th player with 2 fouls for them. Nobody has more than that, though. There's 4 other players that have 1 foul apiece. The counter is going to drive. His little floater is up and in. McKim tried to take the charge. Couldn't get there. The counter gets the bucket to fall. Parker Guppy misses a shot. The counter has 9. Nice look and nice transition, and Ryan Clark gets another bucket. He's got 11. 3 minutes remaining. It's a 5-point lead, or 2-point lead, 3-point lead for the Cyclones as they slow things down with 2:45 remaining. Ruffin back in the ball game, guarding Copeland. Pull-up jumper, right elbow to counter, off, no good. Ryan Clark. Ruffin's going to get called for the foul for BPC. That's their 4th. D. Ruffin picks up his 2nd. So Cyclones will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Cyclones have not committed a foul here in the 3rd quarter. Long 2 by Whitman, off no good. McKim with the rebound for the Spartans. 2:20 remaining. Brock Beekman to the rack, can't finish. Rebound by McKim. McKim puts the shot back up. It's off, no good. The counter with the rebound. 2:08 remaining. Still 33-30. 3 on the way by Copeland as rattles around and high off the glass and falls. A sports corner 3 for Braden Copeland. He's got 12 points. BPC takes another timeout. They'll be down to 2 timeouts remaining. It's a 30-second timeout charge to BPC. This game being brought to you tonight by McDonough Telephone Cooperative. They bring all of West Prairie sports to TSSR Game Time Live. Also helping to bring tonight's contest, Raritan State Bank. Bushnell branch, located at 360 South Green Street in Bushnell, offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit a bank of friendly service or call them at 309-772-2345. Good luck, Spartans. Raritan State Bank, an equal housing lender, member FDIC. And Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's Pizza offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and, of course, pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 309-772-2101. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell, for over 100 years. Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been serving the local community's needs for personal and business banking, as well as home and agricultural lending. It also has a great trust department. Beekman shot off, no good. Ruffin with the rebound. Stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street or drive up facility at Cole Street to learn more. F&M is a member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Guppy still in the ball game, gives it to Griffiths, now to Beekman. 1:17 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
Spartans really moving the ball because they want that open shot here in the closing minute of the 3rd quarter.
Braylon Griffiths kicks it out to Guppy. Ruffin with it. 57 seconds left. Ruffin out to Beekman. Beekman looks at the 3, doesn't take it. Going to try and drive now. Throws it right to Whitman as he got up in the air and had nowhere to go with it. Out to Cordell it goes. The counter, baseline jumper, rattles around and falls in. Eli DeCounter has 6 in the quarter. He's got 11 in the game. 32 seconds left. Fouls on DeCounter. I believe that'll be his 3rd. Team's first. It's his 2nd, excuse me.
DeCounter really trying very hard to block that inside pass. Just went a little too hard and got the foul called on him.
31.5 seconds remaining. Ruffin with it. It's the largest lead of the game for the Cyclones at 8, 38-30. BPC led at 30-29. Griffiths, 15 seconds left. Beekman step back 3, off no good, tipped out, and it's going to stay with, it's going to go to the Cyclone. It's going to stay with BPC. Counter acting like maybe he got hit in the back of the head. He's going to check out. Whitman's going to check in. 8.7 seconds remaining. Ruffin's going to inbound for BPC. 7 seconds. Upton to Ruffin. Ruffin for three. In and out and in. Big basket for BPC. And D. Ruffin, he gets his second triple. BPC scored 12 points that quarter, all of them from the three-point line. And they trail by 5, 38-33. It was 21-21 at the half after the big three by Connor Upton. I want to thank all of our sponsors helping to bring this game to you. Of course, McDonough Telephone Cooperative is the title sponsor for West Prairie Sports on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2024. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone service, and camera systems to the McDonough, Henderson, and Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. And Country Financial Agent Brett Powell. Your farm is your legacy. As a leading farm insurer, Country Financial is here to help protect it. Call Brett Powell, your local country rep, at 309-652-3889 for a free quote today. And Ryden Farm Supply, located in the heart of Walnut Grove and in business since 1974. Ryden Farm Supply can meet all your needs for LP, seed, fertilizer, and farm chemicals. Their LP service is unmatched in this area, and as a customer, Ruffin's shot up off no good. Ryden Farm Supply as a customer. And there's a bucket for Braden Copeland. Beekman going to try to answer for three. It's off no good. Rebound to Olson, to Whitman. Out to Copeland it goes again. He slows things down. As I was saying, their LP service is unmatched in the area is Ryden Farm Supply. As a customer, they'll take good care of you. I guarantee it. They take care of me very well. Give them a call today at 309-772-3121. That's Ryden Farm Supply. Fourth quarter action here from BPC High School. Ryan Clark with it down the baseline. It's blocked, tipped around. Cordell comes up with it, goes back to Clark, out to Whitman. Whitman now is going to drive, puts up the floater. It's good. Matt Whitman gets his second bucket. 42-33. Ruffin shot off, no good. Town Love with the rebound. Beekman for three, right corner. It's off back iron, no good. Rebound to Copeland. BPC, Brandon, maybe getting to rely a little too much on the three-pointer.
Yeah, well, like you said, they scored all their points last quarter, 12 points, all three-point baskets. And now they've gone cold.
Cordell's going to get called for the foul. Offensive foul for Cordell. That's his third, team's first of the fourth quarter. 6:28 to go. Beekman with it. Steal by Ryan Clark as Whitman almost blocked him.
Beekman had the right idea. They're just a little too late, and West Prairie causes a turnover.
Counted and a foul as the counter is going to get the bucket to fall. The foul is going to be on Jackson Eggins. Groudage, excuse me. Jackson Groudage, his first, team's first. And the counter is going to be at the free throw line to complete the old-fashioned three-point play. With 6:04 to go, missed it. Three on the way by Upton is good. Upton has 12 points. Whitman left elbow jumper, good.
West Prairie really on a roll right now on their field goal shooting.
Whitman gets the bucket. West Prairie takes the timeout. It's their second timeout. They'll have 3 timeouts remaining. BPC has 2 timeouts remaining. Game being brought to you by Pond Plus. Pond Plus is proud to have served Macomb and the surrounding area for over 20 years. Providing cash for most items of value, Pond Plus is the area's largest seller of used items, including firearms. They also provide on-site jewelry repair and are open 9 to 5 Monday through Saturday. They have a great selection of jewelry, electronics, tools, and video games. Located at 324 West Jackson Street in Macomb between Erico and Taco Bell. They also buy and sell used cell phones. And they have the $100 Amazon mystery boxes. If you haven't seen that video, go back and watch it on our TSSR Game Time live feed. Have a lot of fun doing that. We appreciate them letting us do that. Also helping to bring you tonight's games, JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cold Street in Bushnell. Cheer the Spartans or the Cyclones on to victory. 5:40 to go here in quarter number 4, and a turnover for BPC. Olson steals it away. Copeland has it now as they have opened up a 10-point advantage, 46-36. Largest lead of the game for the Cyclones. Whitman left that short. Olson with a rebound. His shot's off, no good. Braylon Griffiths with the rebound. Ruffin pull-up jumper for 3 is good. D. Ruffin hits another triple. That's his 3rd of the second half. He's got 13 points for BPC. It's 46-39. Counter to Whitman. 4:53 remaining in the basketball game. And a traveling violation called on Copeland. Turnover. Cordell checks in. Olson checks out. Beekman checks in. Talon Love checks out. 4:50 left here in the basketball game. Ruffin has it stolen away. Copeland. Nice pass from Whitman. And it's a basket for Braden Copeland. He's played the entire second half with 3 fouls. Griffiths leaves one short as it's blocked by the counter. Ruffin comes down with it. Groudage to Beekman to Ruffin. Upton for 3. It's off back iron, no good. High off the glass. Ruffin with the rebound. He'll put up the baseline jumper. It's short. Rebounded to counter. Outlets it to Copeland. Whitman with it. Gives it to Cordell. 4 minutes remaining. Halfway through quarter number 4 now. Still Copeland on the dribble. Over to DeCounter. Down to Clark. What a pass and what a finish for Ryan Clark. And a great pass from Eli to counter. Braylon Griffith's going to try and drive, pull up from about 10 feet. His jumper's good. It's Griffith's first 2 of the night.
West Prairie really finding openings to get the 2 points.
Copeland gets his 6th point of the quarter. Griffiths kicks it out to Beekman. 3:06 remaining. Ruffin into the lane, leaves it short. Out to Whitman on the rebound. He's going to go to Copeland. Another layup up and in for Braden Copeland. Timeout, charge to BPC. Game being brought to you by Bushnell's only furniture store, M&B Furniture. M&B is a mainstay in the community and offers free delivery within 40 miles. For everything you need to furnish your new home or replenish an old one, stop and see the fine folks at 481 West Main Street. or find them on Facebook, Instagram, or on the web at www.m&bfurniturinc.com. That's and spelled out. You can also call 309-772-2111. And Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking, they can take your product down the road near or far and also offer top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. Second-generation business continues to grow and continues to support BPC Athletics. Stop by and see Danny, John, or Travis at Route 41 south of Prairie City, or call 309-775-3333. And Sports Corner at 124. Macomb's original local sports bar, Sports Corner at 124. With a focus on local sports, catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while you enjoy your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. And a little full court pressure as Cordell is going to get called for the foul. I believe that'll be his fourth. Team's second. Braylon Griffiths going to drive, and now Copeland is going to pick up his fourth on a silly little reach-in.
And Copeland is one of those players that the Cyclones need out there on the floor, so he needs to be careful.
2:45 left. Copeland's going to check out. Ruger Olson's going to check in. Third on the team. Ruffin to Griffiths. Beekman, top of the key down low to Talon Love. Love turnaround jumper long. Picked up out of the air on the air ball by Ryan Clark. Whitman going to have to get it across half court. He does. It's going to be stolen away by Griffiths. Going to even head to Ruffin. Ruffin puts the shot up. It's off, no good, but Whitman is going to get the foul call, and Ruffin will go to the free throw line and shoot a couple here. Cyclones not in the bonus. BPC will be after this. Ruffin's going to shoot a couple free throws. He is 0 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. He has 13 points. First one is good. Second one off, no good. Beekman's going to go over the top and get the foul. It'll be the first on the Spartans, third on Brock Beekman. Copeland with it. Who's back in the game with 4 fouls. 2:10 remaining to counter. Ryan Clark. Cordell with it. Right side Whitman. Down low to counter. His turnaround jumper. In and out, no good. Copeland with the rebound. And he's going to be fouled. Braylon Griffiths, got to give him credit. He didn't let Copeland go back up. Once he missed the first one, he didn't let him go back up with it. Griffiths is going to pick up his third foul. Second one for the BPC. So that's a third on BPC.
The very dangerous Copeland at the line for 2. Makes his first.
Copeland is 6 for 6 from the charity stripe tonight. Jackson Groudage checks in. Connor Upton checks out. It's a 13-point game, 55-42. Copeland hits them both. 7 of 7 right now from the free throw line for Copeland. 1:58 remaining. Largest lead of the game, 56-42 for the Cyclones. Beekman with it. Steps back, gives it to Love. Ruffin now. Talon Love going to try the 3 from the left wing. It's well off the mark. Whitman comes down with it. DeCounter gets it across half court. Whitman harassed by Ruffin. Griffiths gets the steal on an inlet pass intended for Clark. Down in the corner, Talon Love. Beekman going to drive. He puts the shot up. It's off, no good. A foul's going to be called on Ryan Clark. Unofficially his second foul. Couple shots coming for Brock Beekman. Beekman had 8 points in the first quarter. Has only scored 3 since. He's 2 for 4 from the charity stripe. Missed the first one there. Connor Upton checks in. Jackson Groudage checks out. Eli DeCounter checks back in. Ruger Olson checks out. Second free throw coming for Brock Beekman with 1:15 left here. The second one's off, no good, and Talon Love is going to.
I was going to say it sure looked like he left early. I wasn't sure if the refs were going to catch it or not.
So they called a cyclone in the lane early. Beekman's going to get the other opportunity again, or the second opportunity again. And that one rattles in and out. Copeland's going to walk it up the floor. He's getting double teamed in the backcourt. Griffith steals it away. He's going to go in, lay it up. It's off, no good. Cordell has it. Beekman tries to sweep it away. Beekman's going to get called for the foul. That'll be foul number 4 on Beekman. Number 4 on BPC. Both teams will be in the bonus after this. 55 seconds remaining. A 12-point game. Copeland to Cordell to DeCounter. Corner to Clark. Clark's going to try a 3. It's off, no good. DeCounter with the rebound and the putback. Eli DeCounter has had perhaps a quiet but best game of the night. Talon Love is going to get called for the intentional foul, and DeCounter is going to get a couple free throws with 32.4 seconds left.
Love really wanted the ball, had a lot of aggression on the play, too much aggression, gets him the intentional foul.
Yeah, he's got to.
At the line.
He's got to. You got to go for the ball. He just grabbed a hold of DeCounter and wrapped him up, and that's going to. That's a good call. I don't have a problem with that intentional foul call at all. I mean, it was obvious what he was doing, and he wasn't going for the ball. So by definition, that is exactly what it should have been. First free throw is good for DeCounter. What I was saying, DeCounter, I think, has quietly had perhaps the best game of the night for this team and the things that he's done besides the scoring column.
Absolutely. He's crashing the boards. He's boxing out extremely well, having a great game for the West Prairie Cyclones.
Well, and he's passed the ball well. He's kind of went up and settled things down a few times when things started to get a little hectic for the Cyclones. And it's like that pass right there. Cordell puts the shot up, and he's going to be fouled by Beekman, and that'll be 5 on Beekman if that's who they call it on. It is.
Brock Beekman fouls out. Had a tremendous first quarter, and West Prairie kind of keyed on him after the first quarter. He scored 4 since the first quarter.
Going to sit down. Checking in for BPC, number 20, Reese Reimolds. Griffiths back in, Xander Jones in, Upton in, Ruffin in. For the Cyclones, a bunch of different players coming in. Number 14, Cam Melvin. Number 4 is Jason Faust. Number 5, Caden Little. Number 2, Ruger Olson. And waiting to check in is Max French. First free throw for Cordell is off, no good. Cordell has 2 points on the night. Checking in for BPC, number 12, who I don't have on my roster. Parker Guppy. And I don't have number 25 either, and I'm sure trying to see who that is. Ryan Adler's number 25. Second one for Cordell is good. 61-43. In for is number 15, Dalen McCartney is in. Trying to figure out here who number 12 is. Mark Schmidt, I think, maybe, possibly. I do believe that would be who it is. 3 on the way by Reimold's off, no good. It's out of bounds, 12.8 seconds remaining. It's going to be inbounded by Melvin. Faust will bring it up the floor. Faust going to try a 3. It looks good. It's just a little short. Schmidt comes with it, up with it off the floor, and that's how the game's going to come to an end. Final score, 61-43.
Cyclones get their first win of the 2024-25 season.
We'll take a break. We'll come back in a few minutes with some stats. You're watching the Spartan Tip-Off Classic on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today and make your voice heard.
I chose MDH. We moved here and I was researching different places that would allow me to VBAC, have a vaginal birth after C-section, and the doctors here do encourage that, and so I chose that after looking online, and I wouldn't want to deliver anywhere else because they all go above and beyond, and they're so kind and actually care about you.
At Western Illinois University, leathernecks don't just blend in. Our purple stands out. Our students are innovative, creative, and resilient. At WIU, there is limitless potential, with campuses in Macomb, the Quad Cities, and online. Visit wiu.edu/potential to become a leatherneck and get an education that stands out.
I would have to say that is the most rewarding part of what I do, making a difference in people's lives, taking care of the women from puberty on through postmenopausal stages and seeing them go through the phases and stages of life.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back to Bushnell-Prairie City High School. The Cyclones get a 61-43 win over BPC in a game that was much closer than that for much of the contest. It just got away from BPC down the stretch. We'll go over some scoring here in just a second. For the Cyclones, who get the 61-43 win, 22 points to lead all scoring for Braden Copeland. 17 points. Copeland was 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Eli to counter 17 points, 3 of 5 from the free throw line. 13 points unofficially, and 1 of 1 from the free throw line for Ryan Clark. 3 points, 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Brody Cordell, and 6 points for Matt Whitman, all in the second half. Cordell played the entire second half with 3 fouls until the 2:45 mark, and then he got a foul to get his 4th. Brody Cordell finished with 4 fouls as well. As a team, the Cyclones were 12 of 15 from the charity stripe. BPC led in the scoring department by D. Ruffin, who had 13 points. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line. 12 points for Connor Upton, who had 12 points, all 3-pointers. 11 points, 2 of 6 free throw shooting for Brock Beekman. 2 points for Talon Love. 1 point on 1 of 4 free throw shooting for Connor Palm, who left the game with an injured left ankle. And 2 points for Braylon Griffiths. The Spartans finished from the free throw line 4 of 14 on the night. Well, I don't think we're going to spend the time talking to anybody tonight. We'll get Coach Conklin and Coach Snyder when the regular seasons can start rolling on. So, Brandon, thanks for coming and helping out tonight. We appreciate it.
No problem.
Final night of the Spartan Tip-Off Classic tomorrow night. It is Macomb and West Prairie and BPC and Illini Bluffs. So for Brandon Thomas, I'm Dwayne Hulett. You've been watching McDonough Telephone Cooperative coverage of West Prairie Sports on TSSR Game Time Live. Final score, 61-43. The Cyclones beat the Spartans. We'll be back tomorrow night. Starts at 5 tomorrow night, folks. So pregame will be just a few minutes before 5 o'clock. It's 5 and 6:30 game times for tips tomorrow night. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again very soon. You've been watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.